They call football the beautiful game, but its showcase event, the World Cup, is taking place at an ugly time in America. A tournament the U.S. is co-hosting with Mexico and Canada, marketed as a celebration of global unity that prior to the opening ceremonies was already dominated by stories about exclusion. The Somali referee denied entry to the U.S. The Iraqi photojournalist turned away at a Chicago airport. The countless number of fans unable to acquire or afford visas to enter the country. And the team from Iran, a state the U.S. was at war with when the tournament opened, forced to base itself in Mexico.
The team is based in Tijuana for the World Cup because of U.S. restrictions. Their visas only allow them to be on U.S. soil for less than 48 hours.
It is not a level playing field.
Trump is using the World Cup as part of his own personal prestige, that it's the world coming to him. He sees sporting tournaments as a validation of him as the most powerful man in the world. This is a World Cup where the tension between football is a global game where fans can congregate. The tension between that vision and basically Fortress America, those two worlds have collided.
Just the idea of painting this as a borderless tournament of global unity is, it's preposterous. The biggest story is the Iranian team. They were supposed to be in Arizona at their base camp. They had to move to Mexico, and they're having to fly in every game into the United States to play their matches. That puts them at such a disadvantage already. So, yeah, FIFA can call this whatever they want, but to call it a borderless tournament of global unity is just not correct.
FIFA is the International Football Association that runs the World Cup. It is supposed to enforce the rules that the U.S. authorities have been flouting. FIFA's president, Gianni Infantino, has made a habit of picking political sides. Under Infantino, FIFA was quick to ban Russia from its tournaments following the invasion of Ukraine. But Israel was allowed to compete in the qualifiers despite its genocidal war on Gaza. And Infantino has made some cringy headlines, inventing a FIFA Peace Prize and awarding it to Donald Trump when it was clear that the Nobel Committee would not.
This is the certificate. It's yours.
Gianni Infantino has been very naked in how he views these relationships with the various autocrats and the governments.
Russia.
He needs for the World Cup to come off successfully. He will absolutely pander to them, even when that is in flagrant violation of FIFA's own statutes, which we've seen with a referee being sent home, because his concern is with optimizing profits so that he can keep doling out the biggest possible checks to FIFA's member federations, which is what's going to get him reelected again and again.
Infantino has moved into Trump Tower. He seemingly is in the Oval Office every 5 minutes. He gave Donald Trump the FIFA Peace Prize, whatever that is. Early on, I could sort of see what his strategy was. He knew that the Trump administration operates very much on loyalty and favors, and he was trying to butter him up. But after all this, I just think, was it worth it?
Infantino sees himself not just as the head of football, but actually as a global diplomat. He's comfortable around strongmen like Donald Trump. Infantino has a highly curated Instagram account with 4 million followers, the main tool he uses to communicate with football fans.
Stay tuned. This is just the beginning.
He has these quite bizarre press conferences, often where he doesn't come out very well, which is why he doesn't have too many of them.
Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker.
And he lives in Miami, so he's as close as possible to Mar-a-Lago and the president.
The result that Infantino and FIFA are pulling for in this tournament to hit their revenue projection of around $13 billion, an estimated $4 billion of which will come from broadcast rights. Fans have been shocked at how ticket prices have skyrocketed. The way FIFA takes a 15% cut of all tickets sold on the resale market from both buyers and sellers. How even parking spots at stadiums can cost hundreds of dollars. Those watching from home have spotted some other changes, including one that alters the natural cadence of the game. The mandatory hydration breaks for the players at the midpoint of each half, which happen to provide advertisers with a new window to sell their wares and pumps even more money into FIFA's pockets.
Some of these games need hydration breaks, but they've also held them for games that weren't very hot, for games that are held indoors in air-conditioned stadiums. So that really gives the lie to the suggestion that they really needed to do this for player safety. I suspect that FIFA was fairly envious of sports that have lots and lots of breaks because there's so many opportunities for commercials. And your broadcast rights become more valuable. The broadcasters can make more money from them, right?
We contacted FIFA about its political relationships and commercial interests, but received no reply. What inevitably occurs at World Cups, however, is that the spectacle, the product on the pitch, takes over and buries the controversies. Like the 2018 tournament in Russia and 2022 in Qatar, critical reporting about the host countries makes way for compelling stories about the games. Such as when teams from smaller countries like Cape Verde defy expectations and hold their own. Those kinds of stories have an appeal. They land with audiences in a way that politics can seldom compete with.
I don't want to be all doom and gloom. We should also focus on the really great stories. Cape Verde spun an amazing surprise on Spain, held them to a 0-0 draw. This is a tiny island off the coast of Africa holding the Euro champions to a draw. We had Kansas City residents who are hosting Algeria, and they're all backing the Algerian team, a North African Muslim country, because they love what the Algerians have brought to their community.
This is what it's all about. It's about cultural exchange.
And this is the spirit of the World Cup.
You see the same thing every 4 years. The build-up to the World Cup is dominated by these negative stories. And then when the games begin, we're no longer worried about immigration. We're like, hey, look at that amazing Messi goal, right? And FIFA knows that there's an awful lot it can get away with because ultimately it has the most powerful product of all, which makes people just forget about all of their issues and concerns.
Yes, let's point out the noise, but also let's get swept up for a month in the beauty that is the football and the unity and the coming together.
Thanks for watching. Leave us a like or a comment to let us know what you thought about anything we covered this week. The links to our social media and our newsletter are in the description. That's where you can follow us for updates from the show.